Welcome back, folks, to This, That, and Other. I'm Amanda.
And I am Jody.
And I'm going to start the podcast off this week.
Rut-row.
So, last week...
You seem energized. Are you energized?
You need to be quiet.
Oh, I can't talk?
No.
Oh.
Need to be quiet.
I'll be over here if you do.
So, last week, Jody kept saying I was mean to him. So, I'm going to start this week by saying, I really do have the best husband. When I come up with crazy things I want done, he doesn't hesitate to do them. He gets them done even when I'm not ready to do them, and I just throw out crazy ideas. So, I don't want to hurt his feelings, so I'm sorry.
You're just trying to build me back up. I
Nope.
see what you're doing.
I'm sorry.
What kind of crazy things are you? There's no need to apologize. I'm about to cry. I got a tear forming. Hand me that napkin over there, honey.
I just want to tell you that, sorry, I didn't mean to be mean and hurt your feelings.
Apology accepted. Next.
So, there you go.
So what are you talking about, the crazy things that you have me do?
My crazy nail business, and you helped me. You made my wall that I wanted when I was just sitting on it and thinking about it, and you're like, no, just do it. Just do it.
Right.
You do videos if I need them done.
Right.
You do build me things. You paint my room when I just sit there and think about it. Procrastinate. That's what I do. I procrastinate.
Right.
And you're like, no, just do it.
Right.
So I just thought I would start off. Even though it's Mother's Day weekend, I'm apologizing and telling you how much I appreciate you.
Well, thank you.
So there you go.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. Why's your face red?
Oh, is it red, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know why. Because it's hot in this room. I turned the air off because, the vent blows straight on us, so I turned it off, and now it's getting a little stuffy.
So speaking of Mother's Day, you're going to hear this on Monday, but we just want to tell all the mother and mother figures out there, Happy Mother's Day. Hope you had a great weekend. Enjoyed it with your family.
That's right. We couldn't do it without y'all. I'm speaking for the men folk.
That's right.
And the kids. I'll speak for the kids, too.
I'm done.
That's it?
That's all I got.
But when we sat down in here, right after we sat down, you said that to do this episode, for your involvement, that I was going to have to wash and dry your hair.
Yes. Washing and drying your hair is that's like the worst thing I hate to do. I hate to wash and dry my hair.
Which is worse, the drying or the washing?
I don't know. Both. I think a lot of women are like that now.
Well,
now the big thing is seeing how long you can go without washing it.
Why would you do that?
Because it's better for it. You don't need to wash it every day.
I'm not worried about the health of my hair. I just want to feel clean.
Because I don't feel dirty because it's not oily anymore. Because I've trained it. So I don't have to wash it every day.
How do you train your hair?
It was a very slow process.
Well, tell me, because I have no idea. I don't know anything about this, so.
You just get dry shampoo and you use it. And you start it off with 2 days no washing, then you wash it. Then you'll go do a couple of times like that. And then I went to 3 days with no washing.
And are you talking about using this dry shampoo the whole time?
Yeah, you only had to use it 1 or 2 times, though. You want to use the dry shampoo right after you've washed your hair. Like right after you've dried your hair. You want that dry shampoo on there so it will absorb the oils. And then maybe 2 days later, I put it on again. So then you just train it. You just keep adding days. I can go a week.
Without washing your hair?
Without washing my hair.
And you're telling people this?
Oh, you ask most women and they'll tell you they don't wash it every day.
Really?
Yeah. Most women. I didn't say all. I said most.
I don't know.
Because you can do different styles and stuff and not have to worry.
What do you mean? What? Because you didn't wash your hair, so you can do different? What do you mean?
Mm-hmm.
So if I washed my hair every day, I couldn't do these styles?
Yeah, but you're not a woman. You don't know.
Apparently not. I did have that little small window of time I had long hair.
Oh, and I loved fixing your hair.
But what I'm getting at is...
He has Goldilocks curls when he has long hair.
Yeah.
It was longer than mine. One day I straightened it with a straightener.
Yeah, you do.
I did.
Anyway, so when I had long hair, it was a hassle.
Not for me. If you would just let me do it, it wouldn't been a hassle for
What do you mean? I'm talking about it was a hassle for me to wash and dry
it, wasn't it? Okay,
It
that's
wa- yeah,
how
I'm-
women feel about their long hair, so
Well,
they
I'm
don't
sure.
want to wash and dry it every day.
Well, that's why I don't have long hair anymore. I mean, I just went
But
to, and it
if
wasn't
you
a-
would have just done what I told you to do and just put gel stuff in it and let it go, because you have curls. You have beautiful curls.
Yeah, that was the thing. You know, it is like a bird's nest if you didn't.
Oh, it would get that way, wouldn't it?
Yes, it was terrible.
bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so that was the worst part.
Yeah.
But I don't
I did
miss
fix
that.
it on Sundays.
I don't remember how long did I go without a
I
haircut?
guess that's the only time I get to fix a girl's hair. Not a girl's hair, but a hair. Because I didn't, because we didn't have a girl. So.
We used to fix Nicholas's hair, even though, I mean, it wasn't long, but I mean, you
Yeah. It's not the same.
gelled it up and stuff until
Not
he
the
got
same.
old enough. Anyway, so how long did I go with I don't remember how long a stretch I went with having long hair. I went.
It was at least a year.
Yeah, but it was
Longer.
I'm thinking, was it like
And your hair grows fast.
14 months or something before I had a haircut?
Maybe.
I went, didn't get trimmed or nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that.
It was a while.
And then, was growing it out for a reason. But anyway, so when I got the haircut, wasn't it, me not knowing anything about hair, y'all said something about cutting it had dead ends, so it was slowing down, growing something.
Yeah, but I don't think that's true.
But anyway, so it was supposed to be like a little trim, and ended up had inches cut off.
10.
And then, well, no, it wasn't that much. I'm just saying.
The first time? Or?
Yeah, I'm just saying because, and then that's what caused me I was not willing to continue to go trying to get the length that we needed to cut it. So because of the trim, they were supposed to just trim a little bit, and they trimmed too much. And so I was like, I can't keep doing this. Yeah, so.
Get it gone.
Yeah.
Then he shaved it.
And then yeah.
No, you didn't shave it.
No, I didn't shave it, but.
You used to shave it.
I used to shave it. I've been on both spectrums when it comes to hair. Completely like nothing, shiny head to shoulder length. Or long hair. I don't know how long it was.
It was longer than your shoulders when we straightened it.
Mm.
It was cute.
I don't know about that.
I love the curls.
I don't even remember it because I couldn't imagine having it now. And that was just a few years ago. But it's like,
yeah.
I don't know. It was a mess.
Yeah.
I don't know how guys have long hair their whole life. I mean, I just had that small little window and I didn't like it.
Yeah, but yours had so much curl in it. That's what made it. If yours wasn't that tight curly, it would have been a lot easier.
Did you see like all these rock stars and all that? They got a ton of curly hair.
Well, they put perms in theirs. Yeah, but they got people to fix their hair.
Well, I don't know about all that, but anyway, them days are over with. And
how do we get?
But
on hair?
I might have tried the.
How do we get on hair?
Because you said that I had to wash and dry your hair if you were going to do this podcast. But you
left the other stuff out.
You waited till we sat down, and then you told me.
You left the other thing out.
I don't remember what the other thing was.
Shave my legs.
I never forget that.
Well, that's not nice. I've been so nice to you.
You have
and
been.
Now you're not.
Man, I'm
nice.
sorry. I'm not shaving your legs. My apologies.
Well, happy Mother's Day.
Yeah, back to that.
Thanks. That's all I asked for.
Oh, for that? For me to do that for Mother's Day?
Yeah.
Go get the razor.
We ain't doing no dry shave.
It's going to be a dry shave.
No.
It sure is. And we're going to do it live.
Oh, Lord.
So what's been going on this week? Anything worth talking about? Something? Take a couple of minutes. Don't be long-winded. So we went from last Friday, you having an incident with an armadillo,
Oh, Lord.
to this Friday,
Ugh.
which is today, I had an incident with a...
No, you need to start Wednesday. Started it at church.
Oh, Wednesday, we found a snake that was on the hill.
And then I seen it today. I didn't know it was still there.
Yeah, got caught up in some netting and...
I need it out of there. Y'all just don't understand what kind of anxiety it gives me just to see one.
Just don't look.
Well, when you're pulling out of where it is,
Well, don't pull out over there where it is.
that's where I park.
Well, don't park over there.
Well, that's where I park.
I'm trying to solve this issue you have. Anyway, but then today, I had an issue with a snake. The neighbor's dog. Santa Claus neighbor. His dog was going crazy over there in the backyard, so I knew what it was. So I ventured over there, and me and Nicholas, I don't know what it was. It was a snake. I killed it.
So guess what Jody's going to do tomorrow?
You think?
I know. If I had to go
It doesn't work.
I don't care. It makes me feel better.
What makes you feel better?
Snake away.
Snake away.
Mothballs.
It's that
something.
Well, it smells like mothballs, but it's that powdered little granulate stuff that you spread around your property. But the thing is, you don't need to put it around your property because and if you read on the bottle, it says it gives you like a list of snakes that it might not affect.
Nicholas is home. There went the dogs.
Yeah, if you heard the dogs, that's Nicholas is home. But it also says the ones it does affect.
Why are you telling me this?
No.
Just let me think that it helps.
I'm telling the people out there.
The people don't need to know.
Well, the people do need to know.
Well.
But if you put it like around your property,
La 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 la.
whatever snakes are on your property aren't going to leave.
Why are you telling?
It's like you fenced.
I'm moving.
It's like you fenced them in.
I'm moving.
This snake was not even on our property,
I don't care. It's close enough. Yeah. You don't understand.
Some kind of water snake, but he was very aggressive, and I videoed as we killed it.
Well,
would you like to see it?
No, I would not.
But he was very aggressive.
Well,
he needed it to die.
Well, they all do.
Poisonous or not,
they all do.
You're right.
The dog didn't get bit.
No, but he got close. He was going crazy, and Nicholas kind of held him back when we first got over there, and then it took 2 shovels. Because the way he wasn't like curling.
Okay, that's enough.
He wouldn't. I couldn't get a good shot on him.
Really, I'm serious. That's enough.
But Nicholas did.
That's enough.
All right, so there's something about Fridays, I'm just saying. So what's going to happen next Friday?
Nothing.
What animal am I going to meet?
Nothing. So we've just had easy week, maybe. Neither one of us has had much going on.
It seems like it was not too bad.
Seemed like a long week.
Let's see, Monday, I recorded that other podcast that we talked about.
Cheater.
Tuesday, we normally record that other podcast, but couldn't. So Tuesday, what did I do?
Nothing.
Wednesday, church. Thursday.
We made Mother's Day crafts in church.
Well, it's been raining on and off too, most evenings. So, but today's the only day I cut grass, tried to get all that done. Didn't get it all done. And I got to do something at church tomorrow and get that knocked out.
I did sit out in the sun today.
You did sit out in the sun. I saw you while I was weed eating. Well, let me ask you this.
Here we go. Some questions.
No, I'm just going to say, what is it that I do? Since this is Mother's Day, I thought you can just like throw it all out there. What is it that I do that bothers you? That really gets under your whatever?
I was trying to be nice.
Oh, that's fine, but just lay it out there and tell me, because I think I probably know all, but maybe there's something I don't know. I know probably what the number one thing is.
Eating ketchup on the canned chili?
Is that the number one?
I don't know.
Eating ketchup on the canned chili.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
So when I eat like Hormel chili, I heat it up and then I put ketchup on top of it and I
eat it with Cool Ranch.
Cool Ranch Doritos. I dip it in there and there ain't nothing like it. Hey, if you like ketchup, if you like chili, and you like Cool Ranch, try it out. It's a pretty good combination. I've tried to keep that a secret. I don't want many people to know that because it's so good.
I don't know. Nothing bothers me that much, does it?
I smack when I eat.
Except you're smacking. Now Nicholas does it, and I'm telling you one more time, and I'm just going to go thump him in the head.
He gets on to me for smacking.
Oh.
But he's gotten really
when
bad.
He eats ramen noodles.
That's not smacking, though.
Well, slurping, smacking.
But I don't realize I'm doing it.
But you can't breathe good.
Yeah, I got a deviate. You know, I had surgery to fix this deviated septum, and then I found out.
Do we always talk about surgeries and our problems and stuff?
I don't know. It seems like all mine revolve back to my surgeries. But, you know, I had that sinus surgery, and in the process of that, they also worked on the deviated septum, and, man, it cleared things up. But then I read an article that it's only good for like 5 years, and sure enough, it wasn't long, and it kind of closed back in. But, yeah.
It ain't nothing like it was.
I'm talking about the deviated septum. I'm not talking about the sinuses. The sinus surgery was a success.
Yeah.
because I used to have terrible, terrible, terrible allergies. I'm talking, I can remember all through school, I always had a Kleenex because my nose was running. I was sneezing all the time, 12 months out of the year. And then after my sign, which that was a terrible surgery to have. Terrible.
That was a bad surgery.
It was bad. Yeah, because they packed the inside of your jaw, your sinuses with gauze, and then they pull it out of your nose. A string's attached to it. Like 3 days later, they're pulling it out. Ugh. Yeah, just letting people know.
Thanks.
But, yeah, I bet I didn't even sneeze for 2 years after I had the surgery because it was, but anyway, yeah, it was nice. But yeah, if you can't breathe real good out of your nose, I guess you're going to smack when you eat.
Why you got them Reese cups over there? You hiding them?
Yeah, I just like looking at them over here.
They just need to go in the refrigerator.
Me and the boys on that other podcast, I bought a bucket of Reese cups.
They get a bucket. I get nothing.
But you know what? I
get nothing.
Listen, you get...
He brings them gifts to their podcast, he doesn't bring me anything.
You get me. You get me. That should be all that matters.
So do they.
No.
Yeah.
No.
If they was to call right now, you'd go running.
I might not run, but I would go.
Well, okay. Same thing. So, see?
Well, you get a bunch of boys together, hooping and hollering.
Oh, there's the word, boys.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Because we act like a bunch of boys. But anyway, back to the bucket of Reese's. It's not actually Reese cups, it's the Reese minis. So that's the turn off about it. Now, they're still good, but the minis is nothing compared to
They're not good
if
you don't put them in the refrigerator.
No, you can't have... Cold is terrible.
No.
You want it almost melted.
No.
Yes.
No. That's disgusting.
No, that's what makes it really good. Why being cold makes it good?
Oh, they're just so good cold. I hate them melted like that.
Like crunchy? That's why you like it?
No, it ain't crunchy. It just...
Well, it's going to be harder.
Good and cold and hard.
Yeah, but it's not going to mush like if it was...
I don't like the mush.
I do. I like to almost melted.
You're weird.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
So there's
all right, how many people... Comment, how many people like their Reese's melted, or do you like your Reese's cool?
Melted.
Cool.
Melted.
Nope.
Yeah. I'm just saying room temperature or warmer.
Yeah, you don't want them any warmer. Then you're just melting it. Then you can't get them out of the pack.
Well, I don't want them to be melted when I'm trying to dig them out of the thing to where, you need to get a spoon to try and eat them out of the pack. No, I'm not saying that, but I am saying...
I think we need those brownies again.
Domino's makes some killer brownies, by the way.
We talked about that last week.
We did. We can talk about it again. What do they call them?
I don't know. I don't know, but that sounds good. Go get us some.
Yes, they're like ooey gooey.
Go get us some.
It's like if you made them at home, it's like on the verge of not being completely cooked, maybe.
Yeah. The last brownies I made were like that.
Yeah,
they were good.
Well, I didn't get a chance.
You didn't get none. I tried to give you one. I made them for the teachers.
Yeah. No, you didn't offer me one because you hadn't made them for the teachers. So
I did because I split one, and I told you, here, do you want half of it? Because I ate half of it. I needed to make sure they were okay.
Was that like 9 o'clock at night when I was about to go to bed?
Yeah.
Maybe that's why.
Well.
Between me being tired and I'm not going to eat a brownie before I go to bed.
Well.
Can't do that. Anyway, what else bothers you about me? What do I do?
When you get something in your head, you got to do it right then. I want to sit and stew on it a minute or a day or a week or whatever, months.
Months?
I know, not
wasting
Jody.
time if
not
you're
Jody.
going months.
He goes and gets it done.
I'm all in.
I know. That's why.
Are you talking about like an idea or a project or what?
Anything you get on your mind, you got to do it then. You can't just wait and think it out.
Like what?
Like podcast.
Oh, no. This was a long time coming. This was. I've wanted to do this for a long time. You know that because I researched equipment, reviews, all this kind of stuff. So yeah, talked about it for over a year. Probably 2 years.
No.
I've always wanted to do
Not
it.
hot and heavy, you didn't.
No, but I got serious about it probably. Well, I'd researched so much that when I decided to pull the trigger, bam, I went for it. But no, don't act like I just woke up one morning, I'm going to do a podcast.
You did.
Let's order. No.
You started, yeah.
No.
You're like, order this. Order it now.
Whatever.
Whatever.
Anyway, what else?
I don't know. There ain't nothing really. I don't reckon.
If it's like projects, yeah, that's something, I'm going to get it done. Like if I decide I want to put a lean-to on a little building I got out there, it's like, I'm going to get the material right now. I'm going to do it.
Not me. I want to sit and think about it.
Mm-mm.
I don't know why.
Well, I'll draw up like the plans or something.
Oh, yeah. You got to draw it out. Oh, maybe that is another thing. If I ask a math question or I ask something, if he's trying to explain something to me, he's got to get the paper out and draw it.
What are you talking about? A math problem and I'm drawing out a math problem to you?
Well, you want to show me how to figure it out. And I don't want you to show me. You're math smart. I just want you to tell me.
Maybe I'm trying to teach you.
I don't want to
Show
learn.
you to where you don't
I'm
have to
too
come
old.
to me to ask again.
I'm too old to learn.
Maybe I don't have
Maybe I
time.
like to come to you
That's
to
nice,
ask.
but maybe I don't have time to answer all your questions.
Oh, so you don't
Not
have
all
time
the
for
time.
me?
I'm just saying
Nope.
sometimes.
You just
I
said you
might
don't
be
have
too
time for
busy.
me.
No. that's
Here
not
we
what
go
I
again.
said. Nope.
Once again, people, I tried to be nice and you see where he goes.
Oh, I'm loving you being nice. You're always nice. Now, when we do this thing right here, we get aggravated, or I get aggravated, because I'll say it again, it's like pulling teeth. As long
Do
as
you
I
not
can...
think I do that on purpose?
No, not now. I can tell, because you really do not like doing the podcast. If I can get you in there and start talking, you're fine. But it's like, you're like, coming in here, that's the way you are. And then I like, come on, you can do it. I'm like over here trying to be a motivational speaker before I ever hit that record button. Pumping you up. It's like I've got an IV in your...
Well, that's like, you ask
I'm
me
shooting
every
you full
week.
of steroids. I'm trying to do something to get you going. Go, 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 go. Amanda.
You ask me every week what we're going to talk about, and I'm the guest. You're supposed to come
I'm
up
just
with what we
trying to
talk
motivate you. Get just if you, it don't take much. If you just think of a topic, and then we'll go with that.
about. I don't want to. I want you to. You're the leader.
Yeah, but if I come up with something, you roll your eyes. I don't want to talk about that.
So
Well,
I roll my eyes with everything.
so see, it's like I'm not winning any of this. None of these battles.
Watch this.
Oh my goodness, she's like shaking. You can't say, is it shaking feet? You know, shaking hands.
Yeah.
But you're shaking, each foot is attached to the other foot by its toes. That is unbelievable what I'm looking at right now. Can I take a picture of that?
No. Yeah, if you're going to sell it for $10,000.
So each toe is interlocked to one another.
I do that all the time.
And I don't
just sit here
know
like
how
that.
you're doing that. And I can't even explain it. They don't know what
You're holding hands, but it's your feet.
you're holding feet.
You're holding feet.
That sounds so weird.
Well,
Can I please take a picture?
if you can get $10,000 for it, you can.
Wow, that's amazing. See, my toes would get stuck if I did that. If I ever finally got them worked in between each other, which I'd have to use my hands to get the toes hooked together, and then I couldn't get them apart.
Just do that.
No, it's like you separate those toes. Like it's unbelievable. That is unbelievable. And you're doing it again.
I sit on the couch like this all the time. But I
But
usually
does
have a
it drive
blanket
you-
on.
Does it drive you crazy when you got socks on and then you can't do that with each toe, with the other foot?
No.
What about that?
Anyway.
Well, anyway, enough about, because we've talked about that, I think, last time, too.
We did.
That is pretty good, though. Yeah, I don't want to take my socks off and show out and show you what I can do with my toes. But
Yeah. I know what you can do. Nothing. We got some storms this week.
yeah, I mean, it seems like it's rained like every day or every other day or something. That's why I couldn't get anything done.
Did you said you listened to Rick and Bubba today. Like, I've listened to Rick and Bubba, I feel like my whole life. And now they're retiring after 31 years. Ever since I was in high school, I've listened to them. But this morning, he didn't get to work on time because he had a tree down. They were at the lake. You know, last year his house got torn up by tornado.
You're talking about Bubba.
Bubba, yeah. I thought I said that, but I didn't I?
You said Rick and Bubba.
Okay. Bubba's lake house got messed up. So they've just now got it built back. And then they stayed there last night and had a tree down in the drive. And he says he couldn't find a saw anywhere. He thought he had a sawzall, which he knew it would take him forever with a sawzall. But he said he had like a table saw or something, and he was out there sawing it, and then he had to saw like all around it, like it wouldn't like just go through it like a regular saw, So he said he was taking that little saw, and he had to saw all the way around get it all the way under the tree to get it out of the way. But yeah, we've had some storms and this week.
He needed my battery operated DeWalt, didn't he?
That's right.
That would have worked.
He said he has saws, but he didn't have none out there. The reason I said that is because I saw that little battery pack, and I was thinking that thing's charged now because I made you charge it last night.
Yeah, but
we lost power.
What's it called? Is it just a battery pack?
I think so.
Yeah, I don't know what the official, but it's you charge it, and it's supposed to be able to charge. I think it said five phones on one charge, stuff like that. I mean, I very seldom charge this thing.
I know, but I wanted you to charge it last night.
Yeah. So what I do is I hook it up to this recorder that we've got, which the recorder runs on batteries. But if you hook it up to this battery pack, the batteries in the recorder aren't being used. And but anyway, I noticed this morning that the battery pack was still flashing like it was charging. So there's no way. It was on charge for 8 or 9 hours, and there's no way. There's something about those white little, is it called a block?
Yeah.
That you hook your
we hadn't had any luck in those here lately. None of our phones are charging good off of them.
The official name they plug in is
it's called a block.
The block.
I think so.
That you hook your charger to.
You hook the line.
Or anything, yeah. Yeah, something about them. Like
sure
if you don't buy them from the nearest gas station. And even the ones at Walmart. If you're not buying an official Apple,
it seems like it
seems
working.
Like they're not
At
working.
least for us, it's not.
We're not having any luck with them at all. Because it'll end up like, my phone, it'll show that it's charging, and you give it a minute or two, and then you look over there, and your phone's not charging. So you unplug it and plug it back in, and it does the same thing, and it just a continuous battle. So we thought it was the cords, and we start swapping stuff around, and then find out it's not the cords. All we can figure out is those little white blocks. Me and the other guys on the other podcast, which is called Three Wheels, No Direction, by the way.
Why don't you just go do that podcast? Because that's all you talk about.
No, I was just doing a shout out for it. We had talked about our last episode, which I think it'll come out. I think this episode that we recorded, it'll be the same
He
day.
likes that podcast better than ours.
No, I do not.
Yeah.
No.
Let me shout out my TikTok.
Go ahead. Shout it out.
Let me shout out my team I've been building this week. Got 3 new ladies I've got.
That's good. We'll talk about that in a minute. So
talk about I'm going to Indy,
whatever that is, Indianapolis.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, we were talking about DoorDash and what we thought about it. So have you ever ordered from DoorDash?
When it first come available out here where we are, yes. When you could get the little coupons and it wouldn't charge you, or it would only charge you.
Well, explain all that to me because I don't know anything about it. So, you
had
said,
to sign up.
Hold on. I know when you finally said when we got it out here, does that mean that it just now came available, or?
Oh no, it's been available for a while, but I mean to come to Jasper and all that stuff, we were. Oh, it's probably been 2 or 3 years now, I guess.
We're
I don't
12
know.
miles probably from Jasper.
Yeah. Oh, but it didn't come to the house. It just come to where I work. So I'd have it delivered at work. And when I first started doing it, it was fine. The people were fine, but then it just seems like we don't care what we look like or what we...
You talking about the people that work for DoorDash?
Yeah.
The Dashers? Is that what they're called?
I don't know. So...
That's my point. That's what I'm
It kind
getting
of
at.
just turned me off, so I stopped. I hadn't done it in a long time.
I wonder is there some kind of, I don't know, do they have a policy on how you're supposed to be, your looks, how you're supposed to present yourself if you're a dasher?
I don't think so, because some of them would come in their pajamas. So,
I guess as long as you've got a vehicle and you're
guess
getting from point A to point B.
I guess so. Yeah.
So, is there different packaging that this food is coming in? Like if you ordered from Chick-fil-A, McDonald's, Burger King,
I think
Jack's?
they just tape it down.
So is there any, my point being is I don't feel very comfortable with anybody, somebody that's delivering this to me, which we do, the pizza. So, I mean, it really isn't that much difference because they could do something to your food, I guess. But I just feel like if I order that number 7 from McDonald's, is there a chance that they can tamper with it?
I guess so if they wanted to, but I mean,
But if you're saying it's kind of sealed or taped,
I think some of them taped it. Some of them did had some bags that had some different kind of seal on it. But your drinks don't.
I didn't think about the drink.
Yeah.
I would almost be like if the drinks wouldn't be available. You can order the food, but no drinks. Because to me, as a delivery person,
I don't want to mess with a drink.
That's the hassle, is the drink. And, because what happens if you spill the drink? Or it's completely empty and you apologize to the people. I mean, there's no way that you can take money
tip.
off or anything.
Well, no, because you've already paid for it.
Right, so how does all that work?
I guess you just put a complaint in to the DoorDash people company.
But I still don't see, there's no way you can make a living off of DoorDash.
Well, they up their prices. So if you're buying a meal at McDonald's for
we looked this up.
$6
so
or
let me tell you what we found out. So if it's a $8 meal at McDonald's, you're paying, I think it was $16.33. It was something like that. You're doubling or almost doubling. It might have been 15 something, but anyway, you're right at doubling your price.
I don't remember it being that high.
Well,
I wouldn't have paid that much.
Because it was
I done it when it first started. I hadn't done it in a long time.
Taxes and fees.
Well, yeah.
This is what Spencer was looking up and put all that in there.
And then you're paying like a monthly thing for the service. Like, I know you're not just paying for the app or whatever. So, you're paying. So let's back up. You're still paying like a.
Back up for a second. I don't do any apps. I don't order food off of an app, anything like that. What you drinking over there?
I can't tell you. It's my good old Coke.
Is it?
Cherry Coke.
So I just can't. I was thinking I could just order this, go under whatever.
No, you got to sign up for it.
So then I have to. So I got. Is it like a subscription?
I think so.
So I'm paying a monthly fee.
I think it
to
was.
be a member of this?
Maybe. Let me see if I still have my app. I don't remember what it was called, if it's just regular DoorDash or... Oh, yeah, I do. Let me see what it says.
Yeah, check it out while you're out there, because I really don't know. Josh and Spencer tell me all the time about this stuff that I have no clue when it comes to ordering stuff off the app, because I don't like drive-thrus or anything like that.
Yeah,
so.
Jody does not like drive-thrus.
But to see that... I like convenience, and a drive-thru is convenient.
Right, but
and
you will stop and go in.
I know, but especially like with the app, you would think that's right down my alley.
Yeah.
But
I love to order with the app.
Maybe if I would try it, maybe I would change. But I don't ever go to
But now you can order with the app and pay for it and everything, and now we just make Nicholas go get it, and we don't have to get it, and it's paid for.
Yeah, all this is fine. Because you're taking me out of it.
Oh, yeah.
And if you put me in it, that's the problem. If I'm having
you're not.
Which I don't really care to go anywhere to eat anyway. So, but if you want to get it for me, sure, I'll eat it. What you finding out over there?
No stores available in my area. Because I got to change my address.
And we also...
Get your first 2 months of... Dadgummit. Get your first 2 months of DoorDash of Dash Pass for $4.99 per month. Save 50% on your membership.
I don't know what that little thing was.
I don't know what that was. It just
Mel, tell us over there for a second. All right, so I'm paying $5 a month.
So they got the Mexican restaurant right here, and it's $1.99 delivery fee. So that's added on top. And then if you're going to leave a tip, Jack's does not have a delivery fee.
All right, hold on. So go back to Jack's, and people that don't know, let's listen to what Jack's is. It's just a fast food restaurant that's in the South. All right, I'm ordering a number 5, and it's $8 even if I go there and buy it. All right, so if I'm door dashing it,
a bigger Jack combo, so that's a big burger, fry, and a drink, is $11.49, and you go to the store and it's like what, $6 something, or you go to the restaurant and it's like $6 something.
Say $7.
$7.
So it's and then what is there something else tacked on to that $11?
They don't have a fee.
All right, so a place that does have a fee, the fee is tacked on at the end.
Mm-hmm, but you'll want to give them a tip,
right? So my point being is like, so they give me everything's added in, all that, so it's $11, and then now they're gonna throw that $1.50, $2, $3 delivery fee, and then you've got to. Well, you don't have to do a tip, right?
You don't have to.
Right, but you add that in, so now we're $15, $16, right?
Oh, yeah.
So how much is the dasher getting besides the tip?
Yeah, I don't know. I just wondered. Yeah, who's getting that extra money that they just...
But also...
Why do they up their price?
But also...
Does the dash people get that?
Well, they're getting a portion. They're not getting all that. Yeah. There's no way. But for the chain, the restaurant... to use DoorDash, there's got to be agreement between that store or that restaurant and DoorDash. So the restaurant's got to be given a percentage off, right?
Yeah, I would think so.
To DoorDash, so that now the DoorDash is making money, and
you can even do Dollar General and Winn-Dixie and Walgreens, CVS
for DoorDash. So it's not just food anymore.
Guess not.
So they're venturing out. Well, probably because
should have never told me that. Now,
so they're just delivering like small type grocery type, just a few items, like under 10 items or something like that.
Yeah,
that's not bad. But maybe that's because their business model isn't working quite like they thought.
And it says no delivery fee on the Dollar General, so let's just look and see. Like,
order some simple stuff, or look at some simple stuff.
You got milk, $4.20.
So that's regular price.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get that.
You got.
Can you put that in your cart and then add it up without?
Yeah.
All right, let's get milk.
You got some trolley sour gummies.
All right, let's get the gummies.
It's $1. That's what it is.
Yeah, so get that.
All right, you got some Doritos.
Yeah, let's get a bag of Doritos.
$4.50.
All right.
Oh, that's those new kind you like.
All right. So
sweet, spicy chili.
So are they giving you certain items that you can, or is that just what's popping up?
It just says our picks for you.
Oh, so they're just kind of throwing some out there, but you can actually go in there and order what you want to. Okay. So let's stop. Let's go with that. Add it up. Do whatever.
Here we go. Order some.
Don't order anymore. Let's get this going.
Let's view my cart. All right. My
3 items.
Hold on. It disappeared.
You hear? Hey, they're at the door. They're delivering.
You hit order. Oh, here we go. Okay. The subtotal was $9.70. Okay. It took off my delivery fee of $2.99.
Why is that?
I don't know. And then my fees and estimated taxes are $4.55. So $14.25 is what I would owe from Dollar General. So, I mean, they're not jacking their prices up.
All right. So, the fees and taxes.
That's taxes.
Yeah. So, what I'm saying is, all right, so if you take the taxes out of that, $4.55 is fees and taxes. You take taxes out of that. Really, it's $1.75 of fees. How is DoorDash?
Okay, here we go. It had a question mark beside it. So, a service fee. This service fee helps us operate DoorDash. The maximum you'll ever pay is $19.99.
Well, I should hope I'll never reach
For
that.
small orders, the minimum charge is $3.49, and that's what we got charged. $3.49, and then tax is $1.06.
So it's $3 and what?
49.
$3.49 is what DoorDash and your
charging.
Dasher is splitting.
Mm.
You tell me how I'm a Dasher, because we're not splitting it 50-50.
Yeah.
You know, DoorDash is getting,
So do they get those tips? If you throw a tip in there?
Oh, if you do a tip, the Dasher, I'm sure, gets the full amount of the tip. That's what they're...
You would hope so.
Yeah, that's how they're going to make their living. So say that...
This is called convenience, and I would do it if
I
they
know.
delivered to my house. I would
It's all
totally
about
do it.
convenience.
Because they're not jacking their other prices up, so I'm willing to pay that little fee, that $4 fee.
So what's that $19.99? Is that when I've got 6 bags?
That's when you've got big,
6 bags
more.
of groceries?
That's when you've got more.
That's when I've ordered that case of water and some bulky stuff, all that. Just because you're ordering more stuff, they're giving you. But if it's, say, for instance, if that $19.99, if you're just unlimited and you're allowed to order like $150.
Oh yeah, then I would totally do it too.
Say I'm doing my grocery bill, which I couldn't make a grocery bill from Dollar General, but I'm just saying, if I did that.
Well, I don't know. You could too.
I would almost pay the $19, but if...
We live 20 minutes from town, so...
But if you're doing Dollar General, 5 minutes from Dollar General.
Right.
So it's not going to be like saving that 20 minutes from town.
But I don't think Dollar General would deliver here.
I think...
Because I have my work address in here because it tells me nothing will deliver to our address.
I think if I was...
So why is that right? Because you got Jack's and you got Dollar General right here in our area that we're only 5 miles away from, but they won't deliver?
Well, maybe they don't have a Dasher.
Well, that's true. They would still have to come from Jasper, a Jasper Dollar General, not Curry.
But if there's no Dashers available, of course they're gonna say that this isn't available for your area, right? Because I'm not gonna allow you to order all this stuff, and I don't have somebody on hand that's gonna be able to deliver it. So that's why it's probably showing up.
No, it's never showed up for our house. Nothing.
Really?
Yeah. No, you can't get nothing.
All right, and then wasn't it Nicholas's friend that did that or does that on the side, and she said she had a problem one time because she could not find the house.
Yeah.
So she had to call the DoorDash people to find out what to do. There's a physical, because you got to have a physical address, and she's got that, but it took her to a place that there's no
house.
No house. So they told her to wherever it was taking her to.
Leave it at the stop sign or something?
Leave it on the curb.
Or okay.
And drive off.
And take a picture. Should I take a picture of it?
Take a picture and drive off.
So how's that? How you do that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's not right.
But you know how sometimes how you punch in some of these addresses and it takes you not exactly to the mailbox or to the driveway or whatever? I was just wondering.
Which I have a question. That brings up a question, but go ahead. Maybe I won't forget it.
And the other thing was, like when we were talking, when Spencer it was Spencer that brought up a good question was, do you have to have a house? What if you lived in your car? Can you do DoorDash?
I think you have to have an address.
You got to have a physical, you have to have a physical address. I understand that. But if I put an address in there and I'm parked right there on the street, I guess you could do that. Because, when you see them roll up, you can be like, oh, that's mine. That's mine. You can wave out your window, I guess. But how do you identify a DoorDasher? Do they have like a sign? Do they do something like Pizza Hut does on the top? They got a little...
I don't think so. Nope.
No, like, sticker that goes on the side, like one of those magnets?
None that's ever delivered to me.
Sure. What about, what's Uber? They've got to have something. They have to have something that's visible.
I don't have a clue.
I just thought DoorDash would have to be the same way.
I don't think so.
All right, what was your question?
Okay, so this is kind of changing the subject.
I don't want to get off of it.
Okay.
But go ahead.
It just made me think of this. Since you said, you know how you can put it in your GPS or whatever and it takes you to wherever that spot is. So I was thinking, I saw somebody say this the other day. Do you, in these new cars, do you have to manually go in and update and do downloads and stuff for for like your maps and stuff on your cars?
No.
Well, why does mine still not pick up anywhere?
Because yours is messed up.
It's not messed up.
Just like your Sirius XM is messed up.
Now that is crazy how it comes in and out.
Yeah,
well, somebody said they had to take a jump drive and get the updates for their car and then go put it in their car and download those updates.
No, there's no way. Well, I mean, I'm not calling...
They did?
No, that's fine. That's fine for them. But I'm just saying on the big scale, no. It's like automatic. It's got to be automatic updates.
How does it automatic update?
You got that little computer. I say that little computer. That your car, all it is run on a computer. Yeah. One little thing mess up and... Yeah, I mean, because you can't fix nothing anymore. You got sensors, you got all that stuff. So, yeah.
Well, I just wondered that, because out here, mine will say, if I put the address in my car, sometimes it'll say, roads may not be detected. Please drive with caution or something like that. But
it always picks up, right?
Not always.
Is that not just something that it throws out there for a...
not always.
A legal thing they have to put on there.
I don't know. That just made me think about that. So, if anybody knows, do you have to update your car?
No, because it does I'm sure automatic updates just like your phone does. Say these
yeah, but you got to turn the setting on.
Google Maps and all. What? No, your maps and all that stuff on your phone has to do automatic. You're not going in there constantly or.
My apps won't update. I go in there and I update them. And I thought I had it turned on where they just automatically update.
Yeah, but your maps, you've never gone in there and updated your maps.
If it has an update, look, DoorDash is telling me it looks like you left something behind.
Because you didn't finish.
I better go clear that out. Oh, we weren't able to do your order, so we have it saved for you.
But they can't deliver, right? I thought, isn't that what you just said?
To my work, they can.
No.
Let me just...
So you could go all the way with that, and then when you put your address in, it's going to cancel it? Mm-hmm. Or give you an option to put another...
Well, I had to put the address in to start it.
Okay. I was going to say, because surely you wouldn't do the process of paying for it, and then after that you're putting your address in. No. Technology is great, but my goodness, and eventually it's going to lead to, they've tested these drones. Walmart's doing these drones, these drop-offs with, your pharmacy type stuff, and CVS has done it and all this stuff. So at what point are we going to have all these drones flying above our houses?
That's what's creepy.
It's going to be crazy.
At the restaurants now, robots bring you your food.
I know.
I mean, no wonder some people can't find jobs. I mean, I know they don't.
This has been a constant thing.
Even your Walmart taking away checkouts and doing self-checkout. I hate that. Yeah, that takes somebody's job.
Well, they're just trying to save money. That's all it is. And technology does take away jobs. But that's always been. It's like factory jobs and all that. It's slowly gone to where machines can do all this stuff. So, I mean, it's nothing new.
I guess.
But I don't want it to get to the point. It's almost like that futuristic stuff, all these movies that you've ever watched, where they've got computers or robots doing this and doing that and the other. And, now it seems like that's the point we're getting to. And I don't want to come across a robot eventually, at a store or like these self-checkouts. They no longer have that one person watching over 10 self-checkouts. They'll have that robot watching over the 10 self-checkouts.
No, thank you.
I mean, you just now you can't even call any of these businesses and talk to they don't have like Walmart used to could call and talk to their phone operator and they'd send you whether you need automotive or service desk or whatever, and now you can't even do that.
I know.
Technology.
It's gonna get us. You gotta love it.
Well, I mean, it's good and bad, but now this AI is really...
I love some AI. I use it all the time.
It's amazing.
It's scary.
It's very amazing what it can do.
Scary.
But also, look at all the bad stuff that it can do.
Yeah. Definitely.
And eventually it's going to... Because it can do so much fake stuff, make you...
Yeah, you just don't know what's real anymore.
Yeah, well, especially with this, it's gonna put people against people, nations against nations. What I think, because propaganda. When you can make a video of something that looks real, well, isn't our enemy's going to use that to their advantage?
Right.
Whatever it is.
Yep.
I'm going to get off of that.
Anyway, let's get off of that subject. Yeah. You just depressed us.
I'm good at that. Hey, what's the most nervous you've ever been? Or scared?
When I got bit by a snake.
That wasn't nervous, but it was scared?
Scared.
Yeah. But do you not think that if you'd have saw it beforehand, it would have been a lot worse?
Well, I think it probably wouldn't have happened if I saw it beforehand.
No, I'm just saying, because you can walk up on anything and it startle you and it gets you. And that's what I mean.
Yeah.
I
guess if I would have saw it happen, I probably would have freaked out.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
So maybe. I think, not that I want a surprise attack, but I think in that situation, it's probably better that it happened that way.
Yeah.
What else besides that? I mean, that's almost a given. I can understand.
Well, I still have anxiety about that.
Oh, yeah.
I still won't park and get out on the grass. I still make Jody pull me down to the door. Y'all just don't know.
I get it. But what's something else? I'm just saying, what's something else that's made you extremely scared or nervous?
I guess surgeries make me scared.
Really?
Yeah.
Anxious or scared?
Maybe anxious.
Yeah, I don't think it makes you scared.
I don't guess it. Well, if you're waiting on test results.
I don't know.
What makes me scared?
I ain't worried about all that. That's just me. That's like when I had here we go with surgeries again.
Here we go with surgery.
My neck surgery. When the anesthesiologist came in there to talk to me to explain what's all gonna, he said, "You sure are calm," or he made a comment like that, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm not worried about nothing."
My hysterectomy surgery, I was.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but
well, I was probably more nervous than you were.
Yeah, that was a scary surgery.
Well, to me, that's a major surgery. Some people wouldn't call it major because you're thinking open heart.
Not having it.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. What do you mean? What makes you scared?
What do you mean? You're asking me what do I mean?
Yeah, what do you mean? I don't.
What's the scaredest you've ever been?
Scaredest I've ever been.
Yeah, or nervous. How can I explain it anymore? When that explosion happened. That gas explosion.
Yeah.
To me,
yeah, that was
that terrified me when it happened because the noise. It wasn't a regular explosion noise. It was such a weird noise, and we didn't know what happened, and everything shaking and falling out of the ceiling, and like that. That's probably might be. I'll tell you this, and I guess you could call it scared and nervous at the same time. It's when Nicholas had a wreck.
Oh yeah, that's probably the worst. Ugh. Yeah.
So it was a Sunday. We'd got home from church. Nicholas was going to go to the movies with a couple of his buddies, and it'd been raining.
It was raining.
Yeah, and it started back.
I didn't want him to go.
I know.
It's that mother's intuition.
Yeah.
I felt it.
And so it was probably going to be a 40-minute drive.
Yeah.
45-minute drive, something like that. So... and he hadn't been driving a whole lot. Was he 17? You got to think, too, this was coming out of COVID. He got his driver's license during COVID, and he didn't have to go take the road course test, whatever it's called.
None of them do that anymore.
Do they not?
No. They just take their piece of paper up there. He just didn't drive but twice in, what's it called? Driver's ed.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
And they passed him.
So it was very limited on his drive. But he'd been driving, and I'm not saying that had anything to do with it. I'm just saying he was a young driver and all that. So he'd been gone 20 minutes at the most. I get a phone call. And when I look at my phone, Nicholas's name has popped up, and that's when I'm like, I know he's driving, so I know he can't call me. So he shouldn't be calling me if he's driving. So, I got a little anxious when I answered the phone. And why are you looking like that?
I don't know.
You're looking like I'm not, like this is not the right story. Ever since I said it was 20 minutes away, you're looking at.
Because I think it was a little bit longer than that.
No, it wasn't. We want to go get in the car and we drive it to where.
The bug tussle?
Yeah. So, I answered the phone, and he is like hysterical. He's had a wreck. And the whole time, I'm just trying to find out, is everybody okay? That's the main thing. And so finally, we're starting to sort this through. I'm finding out, all right, is your truck in the road, out of the road? I'm just trying to make sure everybody's okay and we're not going to get in another situation. And is it drivable, all this? And, he's kind of in shock too. So he's not giving me complete truths on this because he's just, he's just really here and there when he's answering, my questions. So, because I need to know, do we need to call, 911? I mean, because if he's in there, is it one vehicle, two vehicle? I don't know. Anyway, so we take off.
Well, first I get the...
Well, I was going to say, it's just a few minutes after that, we're like about to head out the door, and then go ahead and tell me what you...
I get the Drive 360, Life 360 alert. Nicholas has had high impact breakage, or I forget what it said. But if I had got that before he called, that would have been a different story.
That's what we're saying. It was such a blessing that we didn't receive that notification first, because if we'd have got that, I don't know. Yeah. It would have been bad just because your mind would have gone in 1,000 different directions.
And I think I made you just park the car and I took off running. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Well, hold on. You say I
skipped it.
You skip all the...
I just went to the end. I don't like this story.
You fast forward.
I don't like this story.
So you got that notification, and so we left, and we got down to where he had a wreck at, and it was still raining, and all of a sudden we get in, there's just a line of traffic, and I'm like, well, he made it sound like his truck was like on the corner of a ditch and that we might be able to pull it out. That's what but when we got down there, there's the fire and rescue is, trying to direct traffic and all this stuff. So anyway, we tell the guy, hey, we're his parents, that's our son that's down there. And did you get out right then? You might have got out.
Yeah, I didn't wait for nothing.
I ended up parking, on the side of the road where I could, and went down there. And
when it stopped, I got out and went.
So we went down there, and it was such a blessing that they didn't get killed or anything, because the truck, they had spun around. He lost control when he done, I think it was 2 loops. He'd spun around twice, and they're going in backwards when they hit a pine tree. So he centered the pine tree with his tailgate and the bumper perfect, and it just crushed it, busted all the windows, all the airbags went out. His good buddy, it had 2 friends with him, but one of them had a concussion, was throwing up, all that kind of stuff. And
all right, let's get off this topic. I'm done with this. I don't like it.
But that was,
yeah, that probably was the most scared.
That was, yeah,
you never want to get that call from your child.
But still, I'm so glad that Life 360 notification did not come through. I know,
because that, And
that was strange how it was about 5 minutes.
It's always that way, even when he gets home or gets to a location. Like, if I know he's already been there, and especially when he gets home, and then it never tells me till 5 minutes later, because it waits a little bit before it, to make sure the journey has ended, whatever.
Just trip.
Trip. That's the word.
Yeah,
that's
what I'm here for.
Yeah.
Fill in them blanks.
Yeah. So I guess that was the longest ride ever.
Anything else? Anything else that you've been nervous about?
I don't think so.
Your wedding day? Was you nervous on your wedding day?
Lord, I was a squaw bag on the wedding day.
Can you remember that far back?
Yeah. Because I forgot the sandwiches. And I didn't have anybody to record it. Yeah.
I don't remember the sandwiches. What? For
after the wedding to eat. After the wedding.
I wouldn't say that's a major factor. It would be okay.
Whatever.
All right, so I guess we'll wrap this baby up unless you got anything else.
No, I'm good.
All right.
Just happy Mother's Day to all the mothers figures out there.
I'm just glad to be here.
That's right.
We should all be glad to be here.
Sometimes.
Sometimes? All the time.
All the time.
Yeah. Positive. You got to think positive.
I was positive when we started it, and you made me seem like I'm mean again.
How did I do that? I did not.
Mm-hmm.
What, by asking you what all the crazy stuff I do that bothers you? That's not being mean. That's just being truthful. And so, by me asking that question, I'm trying to better myself so that I won't get on your nerves so much. See? That's all it is. It's all about you.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
Hey, that should make you feel good right there.
All right, folks. Hope you've enjoyed this crazy episode. You never know where we're going to take you.
What are they supposed to do?
They know what they're supposed to do.
Like, follow, notification, what?
I don't know. All that stuff.
All that stuff, yeah. All right, we appreciate you listening. And
catch you on the flip side.
Well, new episodes come out every Monday. So
we'll see you.
Bye. Well, bye.